Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're starting out with a real simple wall art design that we're making out of wood. I'm just making it out of those pine, I think they're pine 1x2s you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever. I'm cutting with a miter saw, so I'm putting a 45-degree angle on the ends of the board, and I just flip the board around and put it to the measurement that I want, and I cut that same 45-degree cut, and this will create the squares that I'm wanting. I'm using the board, the big O jug of wood glue and the stain to hold the board, right? So that way all of my miter cuts will be the same length, like my boards will be the same length, I'm sorry. And so that way I can make what looks like a frame, just a square frame, right? If you have a proper miter station, I'm sure you have a better way of clamping them down. This is a very, very simple design. It ends up being a very big statement in the end, which you will see. But it's really cool. So here I am gluing and brad nailing those pieces together. Making sure I get glue on each side, and then the brad nail just holds it together while the glue dries. Pretty easy way to make these cute little frames. If you just wanted to make some frames and, I don't know, put them on the wall with something cute on the inside of them, I'm sure you could. They're really simple to make. And if you don't have a miter saw, you could use, I think it's called a miter box, but I could be wrong. You know, it's just the little yellow box. And you put your wood in there and you can cut it at an angle or a straight line or whatever you need with just a regular hand saw. my goodness. You know, I love the part where I blow on the what is it called? Brad nailer. Like, that's going to make it work. So there were brad nails in it. It just, for whatever reason, I guess there was not enough to push them, the rest of them, all the way up in there. I don't really know why that is, because there was brad nails in there. But anyways, and then of course the air compressor kicked on and scared me to pieces. Just wasn't even ready for it. So thought you might love the comedy and working in your shop. It's kind of silly. I'm sure everybody's had at least some moment like that. But anyways, so here I am. I'm sanding. I kind of started sanding early because I needed to use some wood filler just to make sure that all of that was, for the most part, you know, seamless is what I wanted. It didn't end up being completely seamless for whatever reason, but it's okay. So I go through and I put the wood filler in there and I let that dry, and then I go back through and I sand all of that smooth. There was a sticker stuck to that one. So weird too, because they had, you know, the little staple with the tag on the end of them, and then one of them had a sticker. So weird. And I just used my fingers to fill all of it. I even filled the brad nail holes and stuff. So, and please pardon my voice. I caught some bug and have been dealing with that. So I've actually had this video done for a minute except for the voiceover, but I sounded horrible, and so I wasn't going to do that voiceover until I at least sounded a little bit better. I decided to give up on the detail sanding for a minute, and I'm just using the DeWalt Orbital sander that we've had for, I don't even know how many years. We've had it for a long time. It's still going. We did have to change, you know, the little Velcro thing that holds the sandpaper. I don't know what it's called, but we did have to change that last year. So, I don't know. But it works like a little champ. It makes my hands go numb, but that's okay. Sanding is not my favorite. I don't think it's anybody's favorite. I've never heard anybody go, sanding, woo, my favorite. And if they did, I'd probably give them a dirty look, like, what is wrong with you? No, I'm kidding. If you like sanding, you can like sanding. It's okay. Come to my house. I'll give you lots of sanding jobs. You can sand your heart out. And now the fun part. Let's get some color on there. Nice, pretty blue. I think I put a total of 2 coats, if I remember correctly. And I did 1 coat on the back. Since it's not really going to be seen, I didn't think it was a big deal. And then white. And then those other 2, I'm using some PreStain by Wax, and then I will go through and stain it with dark walnut. And I did stain the back of these as well. I didn't use the PreStain on the back, but I did stain the back just in case any part of it might be seen. I wanted it to not be so, you know, blonde in color. So it was nice to be out in the garage working as well. The weather was being a little kind. It's not so kind today. It snowed a little bit today, but I'm not out in the garage today, so that's okay. It didn't stick, thank God. Like, no more snow, please. And I'm sure that those of you who don't get snow are probably like, I would love snow, but it's really not as pleasant as you think. It's cold and messy. Now for the back of them, just a light coat on the back just to make sure that it's not so light compared to the dark stain. And I waited about 15 minutes and then I wiped it back off, all the excess back off. Putting it together was pretty fun. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. It was really hard to figure out how to get it so straight, even. I don't know. I was struggling until I pulled out a ruler, and then it made life a lot easier. I don't know what I was trying to use the square for, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Measure, 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 measure. That's pretty much what I kept doing until I finally just grabbed a ruler, and then life was easier. As long as those corners line up, that's all that matters. And what better way to line up a corner than sticking something in between them to make sure that they're lining up? Anyways, it's fine. Learn from my mistakes and just do it with a ruler because it's so much easier. Ta-da! And then I just use the brad nail after I use some Gorilla Glue, right? I put the Gorilla Glue down, and then the brad nails are there to hold it in place until that glue dries. Get it all lined up and all glued down. And I did clear coat this with, it was not the polyacrylic, it was the other one. I don't know, I'll put it in the description. But it's just a satin clear coat, and there it is on the wall, looking pretty. It is huge. I was kind of afraid, like, oh shoot, did I make it too big? But I think it turned out perfect. My husband loves the way the shadows move as you move across it, or how the light hits it. It creates all these different shadows, and it's really cool, and he's correct. It looks pretty neat. So I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed. It's very easy. If you ever want to just try something, go ahead and do it. I mean, what is it going to hurt anything? These boards are pretty cheap, and you can just pop these things together, and there you go. You have a simple piece of artwork. Makes a big statement. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.